What to do? Yay! It's Wednesday! Welcome to the Isle of Roux. We are very glad to make it tonight. We are, I think this is our last Isle of Roux of the summer. What, Jessica? Say this in song. We're practicing being positive about everything. So we're just having a nice time. Rich is currently setting up the other camera. Would you like me to set up the other broadcasting thing?
No, just talk.
You're just gonna putz. That's so good. Wow, it has been a whirlwind of a summer. We haven't had like 2 seconds in between all of the other beauty. It's like Rich always says that change is just as good as a rest. And that is true. We have gotten a lot done. We have seen a lot. We have explored a lot. Man, that's so good. Last week, you saw our broadcast. We had Zach Abbott in from Vancouver. And just living the dream. It's good. We are, sorry. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I should have grabbed what I'm going to work on. I'm going to grab Rich's sleeve of his favorite sweater, one of my favorite sweaters on. Because I've been fixing all of the, just where it gets threadbare, but this one part I fixed, but then it goes around it, the hole goes around it, and then I was making a really nice stitching on it tonight. And yeah, Rich, we were working on his book all for the past 2 weeks, and then this was the first week that we handed it off.
Am I like heavy breathing?
Monday? No,
I think so, a little bit.
So it's been really, the audiobook was fun to work on and exciting, and then we were able to listen to it Sunday night with Scott, and that was really nice. Thank you, Scott, for coming over and just experiencing that with us. That was really lovely. And yeah, so recording, editing, and then listening to the
there's only 2 of us.
Audiobook. Yeah. Yeah, just pretty great. Very grateful for everything. I'm grateful for the sunshine and all of the creation we've been able to do this summer. There's been a lot of creating. What are you grateful for, Rich Taylor?
You.
I'm grateful for you too.
What else is there? The family. I'm grateful we have a car to fix.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm grateful that we have friends. You can find the link on their own.
Yeah.
Because I put it in the what you call?
In the chat.
Put it in the chat. I'm grateful. Oh, to have a job to go back to.
Yeah. Yeah.
All kinds of stuff.
I'm grateful for our home.
I've never done this before. It's kind of out, but I think maybe it'll be okay. It's weird. We upgraded, and I've got this like Hudley. You're supposed to be talking because I'm still doing stuff.
Sorry.
I've got this Hudley adapter. So, all right, this is weird, right? Because this isn't really causing a problem visually. I didn't notice the chair was still in the shot.
It's very fisheye. It's like really good.
What's because it's pointing down on us?
Yeah.
You asked if we should zoom in.
Yeah, but it's okay.
I was not attentive to your needs.
No, it's not about needs. It's more like, do you like that shot? Like, I didn't know if you knew.
Shot. Here we go. Hey, check out this zoom. This is like analog. Is that better zoom?
No, it's good.
Yeah.
Great zoom. That's some great zooming.
Here, can you hold on to this for a few minutes?
How's it going?
Those are the random things that float around our house.
We have so much, just so many discussions about you.
And they never really last because it was like that was a prop we made for some stupid thing.
Yeah, look at his head.
The amount of detail that went into that, considering it flies by as a pink nubbin. And there's a bar across the street that you can see from the roof from here, and I want to fling this out the window so it's sitting on the roof. There's also a spot in the river. I thought it would look really good. It's a little product placement. I'm going to drink some Coca-Cola. Why is that light so weird? We're like evil soup. Look at this lighting. It's like campfire evil lighting. Can you, how
What do you need?
something. That's like crazy. That's what crazy people do. Okay, who's with us here? Just us. Did you share it to the Facebook?
Oh, I can.
Remember we stopped doing that? Yes or no?
I can try to the Facebook. Get the linky poo.
Want to do a lesson?
Yeah.
What kind of lesson? Let's talk about like the different ways to show perspective. Okay. That's a dumb lesson. Give me another lesson. Give me something that you like struggle with. Perspective.
Sorry.
Oh, loop.
No, it's okay. Copy link.
We're going to have a book launch when?
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you just said that.
When are we having a book launch?
September 12th.
Okay.
I'll actually just.
What do you envision the book launch looking like? Because you're my promoter now. It's sweet. When we first published the first book, Lori sent us everywhere. And now I think she like trusts us more, especially you. Because like she's letting you do the promotion of my book, which is great. Like I think like slowly growing like self-sufficient artists is the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate that she gives us these challenges and opportunities. And she'll kind of spoon feed you through something the first time, and then once you kind of know how to do it, she'll just kind of like let you spread your wings and fly.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of like that because it also gives space that, like, let's say the first time around, we might get to like Owl's Nest and find out they're expecting us to do a reading. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was scary. I thought I was doing a book signing and they wanted a book reading. And that wasn't Owl's Nest. That was what was that one in
Aubrey's?
Edmonton? Aubrey's, yeah. I'm a little worried we didn't send them out to Kelly and the gang. Can you do that from your phone?
We don't have any contacts.
Here, watch. This is how I do it. Copy, right? Then I'm going to go to messages. That'll bring up you, but then I'll send it to me. I'm me and you're me. You should have that in your phone now. And then you can send that to Kelly. Usually get it to everybody. You could also send it to Zach, who's probably waiting to see it. Ooh, ding ding. And then I'm kind of envisioning that at the book signings, I'll bring my portfolio until it runs out. And then I'm going to bring some bookmark size paper. So I'm just going to give paintings away until I run out of people I know, right? And I think if like people we don't know show up, I'll kind of decide whether I want to or not to give them paintings, like if I like them.
Mm-hmm.
And then people we know that like signed like hello and thank you and all that nice stuff on the post that you put up, I think I'll give them, if they come in, remember I promised free paintings. You can come by and just for showing up. They don't even have to buy a book. Just going to give them a painting. For a couple reasons. I get kind of sick of my paintings. And also, it's nice to have a gift that you can give people. We went and saw a film yesterday, and I loved it. Do you remember the film, Chelsea?
Yeah, The Samurai and the Prisoner by Kurosawa.
And so I'm confused. What year was that movie made?
I will look that up right now.
Right. And I thought I loved Kurosawa films, but I love that one even more than a Kurosawa film. And then I kept wondering if it was a more modern version of a film. And we were confused. Like maybe, is it possible that this was Kurosawa's son? And his son was even more talented than his father? Because there's a quality about it that didn't feel like Kurosawa. Or maybe like did they digitally update the film or something? Like, because it was like, it seems so clean and sharp. It didn't seem like that film was made in Kurosawa's lifetime.
It was, yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Don't be sorry. We are broadcasting, right?
Yeah.
I'm used to more background noise. Oh, you checked it's working.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry for doubting you.
No, it's fine. That was so weird. I think I have an ad on it running. I might do another ad. I'll do that more when
What are we talking about? You put an ad on our thing?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. See what happens.
No, I did already. It said it was running inactive. So
an ad on this week?
No, about the event for your signing.
Right. I think you do. And I've seen a lot of people responding to it.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Let's look at mine. My mind is breaking right now.
What's breaking about your mind? Wasn't a Kurosawa film?
The Samurai and the Prisoner.
What about it?
It's a 2026 movie.
Right. It's a new one.
Did you say that already?
I felt like it looked more modern than a Kurosawa film. I felt that. So who's it by? Somebody whose name sounds like Kurosawa?
Kiyoshi Kurosawa.
Perhaps a family member?
Kiyoshi Kurosawa.
Did I say son? Because it'd be even cooler if it was his daughter.
It is a male.
What? Do you know what it must be like sitting back and watching?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, I mean, you're beautiful. Girl, you're gonna carry that weight. Carry that weight a long time. You have to stop that now.
I know, but this is so interesting.
You have to stop that.
He is not related to Akira Kurosawa.
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
Well, it's not unreasonable.
How did you end up being a good filmmaker? You made, because it was like his foray into samurai films. I'm like, what? What? And then that's why I said my brain.
So
was
it's a new
breaking.
film, 2026, was it?
Yeah.
And what was your favorite part of the film?
When the wife said things of beauty like come alive. I have to remember it, but like come alive really only exist for a discerning eye.
Mm-hmm. My favorite part of that film was when I pieced together that, and I'm not sure I got this right, but I kind of got like he had a guest in and they had tea, and his guest was just so thrilled to have tea out of his like almost magical
tea
jar. And then later on in the film, no spoiler alert, some adventure ensued around the safety of his treasure tea jar. And it was the same one that they drank out of when he had a guest in, right? Is it? Yeah. And the idea is he had this one teapot that made better tea than any other teapot. And it was the greatest treasure in any kingdom. And I thought that was pretty wild because I'd never really thought about.
Like the post text went on that he lived a long life and became a. Sorry, I should have not said that, but.
No, spoiler alert, Jesse.
Sorry.
Yeah.
A connoisseur of teas. Like he was known for his tea connoisseuring. And
so what I'd like to know,
sorry.
Actually, now that you're looking stuff up though, and now that I'm back, so it's okay if you want to zone out for a bit. Can you tell me if that film was based off of a legend or
it's based off of a novel, it said.
A novel?
Yeah.
Is the novel based off of a legend? Because it really had like a very it had that kind of nonsense logic that sometimes
based on a Naoki Prize winning 2021 historical novel by Hinobu Yonezawa, features a starring cast.
Okay, so now I need to know, when they're saying historical novel, are they talking about a novel that's based off a historical myth?
Yes.
Or, okay.
Yeah, I'll look it up further.
Because I believe that it sounds a lot like a sort of like a romantic myth where this guy, you know, like Mother Turtle was like caring for her special pot, and then the villains came and took the pot, and then so, you know what I mean? Like
100%, yeah.
The world went sideways because a pot went missing, and you're trying to think, well, maybe people really cared about pots back then. But I think they weave that into the story that you're not doubting whether people cared that much about pots back then, but it was kind of interesting that like a pot could carry so much weight because of the way it made tea. Because the functionality of the art and the treasure was like really like, what other treasure can you think of that has that much value, like like the prized treasure of a kingdom, and then but is also a functional piece of like
to use,
like they're drinking tea out of it. What is something like that in our lives? Nothing. You know what I mean?
Maybe your prized record player.
No, that's not what I mean.
I think. Oh, okay.
You're talking like silly, and that's cute. No kingdom is fighting over my record player.
No, I know no kingdom is.
But I'm thinking culturally, or like in our lives, if there was an Excalibur kind of thing, like the idea of like a treasure that's also a weapon would be kind of in the same vein. You see what I'm saying? The difference between my record player and Excalibur. By the way, we've named all our record players, and I'm renaming the main one Excalibur for sure. That was a good idea. Better idea than I gave you credit for, I think. But what other like treasures do we know of through like those kinds of stories and things where there's
do you want me to send? I don't know how to send the text through this computer. Did you do that already?
I did that. Yeah.
Oh, okay, then never mind. I'm good then. I was wondering if that was the last thing I had to do.
But I don't even see Scott. And Scott's always here. Where could Scott be? I didn't even know if Scott goes out to eat. That's from my book. Kid notices his friend's missing and his friend's always at home. He's like, I don't know if where Russ gets food.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
It's functional, right? Yeah. And that really
and ritualistic. Like
I kind of knew the tea rituals. I kind of knew that, right? Yeah. Like I don't know anything about it other than I can recognize, I think this is special. I didn't fully understand why a king would be making tea because I kind of thought there'd be kind of like a protocol around that. But I got it and I liked it and I really liked that part of it. But then like the idea that his treasure was a teapot and it was like an ancient teapot. And I especially liked that like people, when they drank from the teapot, would have an experience that was unlike any other teapot, which I'm only inclined to believe in context that you could give somebody tea out of a special teapot, tell them it's a special teapot, or they might believe it's special.
Or the fact that they've already heard of your teapot and they're like, oh my gosh, is he making tea?
Like Elvis makes you tea and it tastes better because Elvis made it. Or Paul McCartney makes you tea because it tastes better because Paul McCartney made it, not because the tea actually tastes. Or like when we were drinking Bob Dylan's bourbon, right? Like this is the bourbon that Bob Dylan liked. It's like even if it was in a fanciful way, I still liked the idea that they were proposing that there was a teapot that could make tea so good that kingdoms would fall over it.
And there would be like an end to battles. And it would be like that's really beautiful. That it would be a bargaining tool, or that would even come into conversation.
The leverage.
Yeah, leverage. Yeah. The
leverage of a teapot. And I guess maybe Excalibur is probably the closest thing that I can relate it to, like in term, like a sword, or like I feel like there's a lot of weapons in history that were like prized from the gods, and a bow that couldn't miss, and a spear that couldn't help but kill, and but a teapot, that was like another world for me.
That's really good. I
What?
love that. I just love that. I like that is really interesting that it was a contemporary film.
Well,
my
I kind
mind's
of
reeling.
caught when I might have kind of caught that. I think I noticed that it looked cleaner than the old films.
Right. But you know what's
And
okay.
so I kind of wondered if they'd fixed up an old film, but I was also
Yeah.
kind of like, no, I think maybe. Here's the other thing. Want to know the other thing?
Yeah,
Do you?
I do.
You're so consistently correct about everything that you told me 2 or 3 times that it was a Kurosawa film.
Yeah.
And I was pretty sure it wasn't just by the way it looked.
Well, yeah.
But I wasn't about to argue with you because I implicitly trust you.
Oh.
And so my every instinct told me that can't be right.
Mm-hmm.
But I also felt like looking at the quality of the picture, something strange was afoot. And I think that's a testament to how consistently knowledgeable and thoughtful and intelligent you are. That like when my consciousness told me, I think Jessica's made a mistake, I still erred on the side of it was probably me.
Oh, like I wasn't wrong because it was a Kurosawa film, but it wasn't that Kurosawa. And like that's really interesting. Okay, so I was watching the weather because I was like, oh, Kurosawa nails weather every time. And
Right.
like this Kurosawa also nailed the weather mirrored the action. It was like really and I was looking at levels and I was looking at it was really interesting. So like obviously that guy grew up as a filmmaker in Japan.
Is that your mom? I think your mom might be coming by. That means I have to be entertaining.
Be entertaining. Oh, she's just on her way. She walked Mad Max first.
Is she bringing Mad Max? Oh, do you think she's bringing some Chinese food?
I don't know. Probably not. I think she said she's bringing all of her, like the books that came.
But they had a dinner tonight.
It was yesterday.
Leftovers. Was that yesterday? Why didn't we go yesterday? Because we just didn't want
Kurosawa.
No.
We had tickets to the movie right at that time.
You
and we
are
don't have,
correct, Monday.
we don't have a car, so we couldn't go up and down and zip.
We have a car now.
Everything is like us. It's slow motion.
It's 2-dimensional. You know, I'm stuck in my head.
What?
The new Muppets with the band. That soundtrack.
Oh, nice.
And I don't know about you, but sometimes, like when I'm listening to music, I can definitely replicate it in my head. But like Josetta Stitch was saying, sometimes when like I want to like just allow the music to flow inside my head, I can remember every beat. Like I'm just flipping a stereo on.
Yeah. I like that.
Great. Problem with the 24 poly crayon set is you're going to end up opening it and finding it that the white's missing.
Did you notice other similarities? Like, I wasn't looking for similarities. I was looking for Kurosawa trademarks, I guess, or like.
No, I wasn't thinking about that because I also think maybe I did doubt a little that was Kurosawa. Because it just didn't, like, the film didn't feel right for Kurosawa.
It didn't have the weight of it, maybe.
Well, it just didn't feel old enough either. Like, nothing about it felt that plastic or artificial, but it didn't feel ancient. the way you're sort of like suffering, wishing you could, see what's going on a little better sometimes in an old film.
Interesting.
This is a really interesting way to work because I just realized I've been drawing this on that screen.
Oh, wow.
And so when I look down on it, it looks pretty good. When I look at it on screen, I'm seeing this dark area over here where everything's kind of lost and blending into each other. So I'm trying to correct that. When I go back to the drawing, I'm actually noticing this not nearly as bad as I thought it was. Where do you think the letter opener is? That letter opener has become the most like, I want to use the word ubiquitous, but I'm not sure it's the right word. Consistent?
Yeah, just.
What exactly does ubiquitous mean?
I'm charging my phone over there.
Oh, I thought you had every word memorized.
I'm gonna try. I do like the word ubiquitous, and I kind of think it means like.
I feel like a word like that
applicable.
could cover a lot of different things.
Exactly. That's what I put.
Look at this. Look at this sharp little thing you have.
Yeah, book.
It's a bookmark. Is it ever? But it's also going to be my paper separator.
Nice.
This is why this paper is so expensive. Is just like cutting it free is such a treat. You kind of need something a little not too sharp, because if it's sharp, it can cut into the paper. But if it's dull, the wax separates.
Yeah, you're right.
Got any drips? No.
It's beautiful, Rich. Oh, I love it.
Okay. That's going to be fun. It's interesting also, like, I was really struck with the prisoner's character. Like, why would the warrior trust the prisoner at all? And he does. Almost out of boredom, right?
Yeah, really interesting relational ties in that movie.
I liked also, it was like interesting because he was trying to sort of break free of the dogma that controlled him. So he's sort of intermittently breaking the rules, but then like expecting people to be honorable. And I thought that was also super interesting that like.
That is interesting, actually.
Also, here's a question. So, strangely enough, when I was a kid, there was like a real like battles between fathers and sons about hair. So your dad thought you're going to grow up funny if you didn't get a haircut. And having the freedom to choose your own hairstyle when I was a kid was like a strange kind of it was like a flex, right? Like fellas I grew up with, if you had your hair, it's because your dad gave you the space to have long hair. because otherwise it wouldn't be like uncommon back then to get dragged into the basement and get a buzz cut.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember something like that kind of happened when I was teaching. One of the kids came to school with his head shaved after a bad report card. And like that went to social services. So that's different than when I'm a kid, right? Like call social services when I'm a kid and
have to call an ambulance.
Don't get any steak for a while. So I remember when I was a kid, because like there was like scenes where there was an episode where they're going to shave the Fonz's head, and the Fonz was also super like his hair was his identity. Maybe some of those fears and like stresses came from like years of like conscription, where like you live out your childhood and then you get like arrested and in prison, or you end up in the army, and one of the first things they do to sort of break your courage is to shave your head, right? And then I even remember in the 90s they were doing a documentary on the Marines, just wondering if perhaps they were going overboard. And they started out the documentaries just on like 20 W5 or one of those, not W5 because that's Canadian, but one of those shows. And they were speculating, was it okay to like grab all these young men and shave their heads bald? And they were talking about that's how they like integrate them into a fighting unit, and this is life or death, so there's no right. Wasn't a lot of feelings involved. Just straight up like Semper Fi, do or die, and you're getting a haircut. So anyhow, the samurai movies when I was a kid, I thought they were cool, but for sure I was distracted by samurais' bad haircuts. That was a lot of talking to explain like how shallow I am about haircuts, but I remember, like, I just remember vividly how shook I would be. I think because they often had like head shaving as part of a story punishment, right? Like a lot of the stories I grew up with. Yeah. Ponyboy and Johnny get involved in a homicide, and so what they have to do to survive is bleach their hair. And even that was super traumatic to me as a kid, like this kid going into a disguise and bleaching his hair. It's like, oh man, he'll be like 12 by the time that goes back. But also, I guess, have some like moments where, you know, I got some haircuts I wasn't ready for, so those are traumatic too, right? Like, because it's your head.
And it really is a huge part of your identity.
Well, and it's just a different identity, because in my childhood, that was how chain of command was established, right? Even Glenn, I remember Glenn getting his haircut because his dad made him. There was this like after school special kind of like TV commercial. It might have been from the Church of Latter-day Saints that was on Saturdays. And the dad kind of screams at the kid to get a haircut. And in the beginning of the commercial, the kid has super cool hair. And then they kind of like have a shouting fit and they don't feel good about each other. So the dad phones up. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, son. I kind of liked your hair. And the last scene is the kid's like, Dad. And he like ruffles his hair and it's all gone. He's got a buzz cut. And I'm sure like grown-ups would have thought that was a cute ad where the boy was obedient to his father. But as a kid, I was like wanting to turn Bugs Bunny off because during the commercial break, I was going to watch this kid get a buzz cut. You don't have any of that trauma about like hair cutting punishments. Interesting.
It was more like when I cut it, it was more like, oh, why would you do that?
You had the exact opposite where in your childhood, taking ownership of your hair meant cutting some off and then getting in trouble for acting on your hair without permission. Right. I can kind of remember that with my students, like a student saying, "Oh, I want to do this to my hair," and I'm like, "Oh, the scissors are over there. Don't make a mess." My mom would kill me. I'm like, well, "Why are you asking me for scissors?" It's like, but definitely, yeah. Yeah, that was like a parent flex when I was a kid.
Hmm.
Actually, looking back, even in high school, I don't think my parents were telling me what to do with my hair, but I also think I'd like shortened it because I was wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And Pat Duddy kind of came from a rich family, not a rich family, but I think they were more well off than us.
Mm-hmm.
And I think kind of like a formal. I don't know if his parents were strict or not, but I remember being kind of like surprised that he was allowed to have long hair, and I don't think I even thought that out loud until right now. What a weird thing to think. Also, I think it's weird when kids tell me they want to change their hair, but their parents won't let them. It's none of my business. It's got nothing to do with the curriculum. But
Don't eat too much. I wanted to try to make banana loaf, I think.
we'll get some bananas.
We can get more. That's true.
Did you think I was going to hoard this banana all to myself?
That was not my thought. I was thinking I was going to try some baking.
I was going to gift you half a banana.
Oh.
I thought it'd be a very romantic gesture.
Thank you. But you're right. We can get more if we need more.
You heard it here, folks. Whoa! Remarkable.
That was remarkable.
I'm on banana rations.
No, I was going to try to bake some.
Hey, there's 3 people with us. It's crazy that we get like 2,000 people a week, and some weeks we have 3 people on with us when we're live. And sometimes when I say, "Hey, there's people with us," the number disappears. We can see you. Put some pants on. No, the number didn't disappear. Whoever it is fearless. What should I paint? Monsters. What should I paint, Jesse?
Oh, what were we talking about?
I just painted a samurai.
Robots.
Robots. So this time next week, we'll have been back to school. That seems weird to me. That seems like some crazy ass other world kind of. Is that your mom? Oh, you're charging your phone.
Yeah, she's downstairs.
I'll be entertaining. I'll say interesting stuff.
You're always entertaining.
I'll pull my phone out and just be so surprised by a movie that nobody's seen. Want to see something neat? Blah. My wife is really, really sweet and quite frugal. She also hates being cold. So I had the idea last year that one of the things she mentioned to me is that she doesn't like wearing the same thing all the time. So maybe a couple years ago, against her frugal nature, we bought some snow pants so that like when it's minus 30, we can still go out for walks. And I'm tattletaling right now. She'll be back here in a second and we can play a game with this. So we bought a pair of like really high quality snow pants and started really enjoying walks. And then I have to listen to like, oh my God, I can't believe I went my whole life without snow pants. But like trying to talk her into buying snow pants is very difficult. So anyhow, last year, and I totally forgot about this, so I'll tell you about it from this year's point of view. I finally realized that also if she had a pair of like a coat and pants that she found comfortable and stylish, we could have two sort of modes, like sport walking around pants. That'd be like the snow pants and the parka that she got from Mech. And then I kind of this year thought about like, what if she got like a wool skirt and she's got a couple of fur coats in the closet and she doesn't really, this is the problem, right? I go, oh, like, why didn't you wear this? And she's like, well, I don't have the accessories. So she's not going to wear the fur jacket because her boots are like more like sporty Mech boots. And then I'm like, well, let's get some, fancy boots you can wear with a wool jacket. And she'll say, no, well, I got those other expensive boots. So I think I started to speculate maybe it had more to do with not going outside. But once she gets outside, she's so like, she won't stop talking about how glad she is to be outside. So it's a tricky game we play. Anyhow, this year, I invented this idea that if she had a long, almost to the ground wool skirt, then she could have that near the door and throw it over her pants as an extra layer and it'd keep her legs really warm. And we went through this whole thing where I was like trying to talk her into like, let's get a skirt that you can just keep by the front door. And then she's like, a skirt over pants? That's pure insanity. And I'm like, okay, well, like, yeah, but what do you think of this idea? And she's like, it's insanity. I can't process this idea. And then so I was like, really baffled why it was so hard to process this idea, because it's like, well, once you'd sort of said like, okay, but what if we had a skirt by the front door and it could keep you warm in the winter? So in this weird conversation, I started to realize that she had the skirt. We bought the skirt last year. I had the same idea last year about the skirt, and we bought the skirt. And the only thing is that she bought the skirt more fitted to be something she could wear to work. So she doesn't wear to work often because it's quite a warm wool skirt, and but it's fitted, so it looks very nice on her. But I wasn't proposing. She could have like 20 skirts, but I wasn't proposing like a nice fitted skirt that you'd wear indoors to an event. I was suggesting having like a wool, barbaric, beautiful outdoors like action skirt, like just like when we're going for a walk and you don't feel like dressing like you're building a snowman. What if you had like this wool skirt that had a classic flannel print and it's like got like silk interior? She had it custom made, but it doesn't currently fit over top of jeans. So then we're like talking about it. It's like, oh, wait a minute. Like, not only are you telling me you can't understand such a divergent thought that I would suggest a skirt to go over top of your clothes, because I also invest in like lots of long johns and things that can go under layers. But if you had a sweater and an amazingly beautiful vintage coat and like this wool skirt, you know, I'm kind of wishing I was a girl almost. Like I'd wear a wool skirt if I could pull it off. But and now, okay, I take that back because I'm going to offend people, but it just doesn't suit me. It doesn't suit my persona. It'd be like, why is Rich wearing a skirt? And so she's got this amazing wool skirt that, by the way, also wouldn't fit me. And we kind of figured out it absolutely does fit over top of her her outdoor clothes. So then we ordered. I finally talked her into like this is like the only thing she and I disagree about is like I'm gonna buy you some nice boots. And like, no, I have boots. I'm like, yeah, but you hate winter. And then so we had a disagreement about buying her some boots, and she also eventually cracked. And then after she bought the boots, I found out she ordered some turtlenecks and some scarves and things, which is like amazing. Like that's what I was hoping for. But I'm actually the only reason I'm telling this story right now is because we can play a game where when Jess gets back, I'm going to have her tell the same story. I'll tell her in advance that I told the story, and we'll see how close the two stories are. And like, I don't know if you know this, but if we have a really interesting episode, sometimes when Jess and I get bored, we'll watch our own episodes because it's super weird for us to see the weird stuff that comes out of our mouths and minds while we're working. And so, I mean, keep in mind, this isn't the real me. This is me while I'm drawing and talking on camera, right? So the real me will watch this artificial me having this ridiculous, stupid conversation. And then when she gets back, I'm going to ask her to tell the story about the skirt. And it'll be very interesting to see how close two people experience the same thing. I make this ink to some extent. I don't like go out in the field and grind the flowers into indigo, but I get indigo delivered, and then I do different refinements with the indigo to make it into different kinds of textures and different opacities and different, like, sometimes if you like hit it with like something caustic or something, some kind of cleaner, I've like fixed it so it's like solid. Even like rubbing alcohol won't remove it. And then sometimes it's just like if it gets like sweaty, it'll bleed. So this current iteration of the ink is slightly different. It's a little more watery and playful, and so it's filled with surprises. I'm constantly surprising myself. I like how it can be this almost gray white. It can be almost like dirty water paint, and then the exact same paint can be so black, it's so blue that it becomes black. And that's just by dipping deeper into the bottle where more of the gum arabic and the water have settled closer to the bottom, so I want like a deep blue. I use I dip deeper in. This is my favorite pen, and I think I spent most of my adult life thinking pens didn't necessarily belong at art tables, but I'm so impressed with the ballpoint pen art that I see from the young people that I'm trying to give myself permission more to just relax and do what I want to do and not worry about the dogmas. I do remember this one guy on a broadcast. Hi, Rich. Kelly, Jess is just downstairs talking to her mom. She'll be back any minute. I am glad you're watching. No, Jess will be back any second now. She has this thing. It's pretty cute. If she went to her mom, she would phone me at like 6 o'clock and say she's leaving. But they're 100% doorway people. I am not doorway people. I will leave without telling people I'm leaving because there's a doorway and I don't want to get stopped for like 38 seconds in the doorway. She would phone me at 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock to say she's leaving her mom's. And then I'd be like, yeah, right. And then like at 7:30, she'd be like, just leaving mom's. And then at 8, she'd be like, just leaving mom's. And then she spends the last 45 minutes.
Hard copy.
This is for Felix. Nice. Hard book.
Mm-hmm.
And
Carter.
oh, this is for us.
Yeah.
And then for Felix. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Where did these come from? Do you remember?
That one is has a stamp on it that says Rockwell Library.
What's that?
I don't know. It's from thriftbooks.com.
Rockwell. Why doesn't Rockwell Library have their Carter and Lovecraft by Jonathan L. Howard in their collection? Okay, I have a fun game for you.
Okay.
I told the people a story about your boots and skirt. Yeah. You're going to come tell them the same story.
Mine's a short story.
No, I spent that entire time telling that story. So there's no getting out of it. You can't be like, oh, it's a short story.
Mine's a short story. No, I hate winter. Rich wants to make sure I love winter.
That's pretty much what I said too, actually. Just took way less time.
It came down to, he's like, are you sure you don't just want to be unhappy?
Okay, tell the story. Pretend I didn't tell the story. And tell me the story about the... I didn't tell them that part, by the way. The part where I called you out. I thought that was a little belittling.
You don't call me out like belittling. You're just like...
No, but like...
Are you sure you don't want to be unhappy? I'm like, well... Sometimes I kind of want to be unhappy.
I did throw some reality at you. But I wouldn't have discussed that online because I don't think it's very flattering. It doesn't tell the story of how wonderful you are. Do you remember how it started?
You don't like you. It was a beautiful summer day.
It was a beautiful summer day.
And Rich Terry all of a sudden got a stomachache because he was like, this can't last. Winter's coming.
Yeah, I don't get stomachaches over winter coming.
And it's not even winter coming. It's like the February, March, April of Jessica going, I hate going outside. I don't like wearing all these layers. It's too heavy. I don't want to wear leggings. I'm sick of these clothes.
Hey, you used to not have leggings or a parka. So you could tell them that somebody had to argue with you to get you to invest. And it's our money, right? So we go to like Mountain Equipment Co-op and I'm begging you to get a coat and you won't have them. You own a coat. Your coat's good enough. But for 4 months, you're going to be unhappy because the coat leaves you cold, right? But we got you a coat, right?
Yeah.
And then I invented something this year, didn't I?
Yeah.
Like a solution for the legs.
Well, yeah, because my legs always get cold, and if I don't wear my snow pants, and I don't always want to wear my snow pants if I want to look.
You're good with your snow pants.
I love my snow pants.
But you and I get sick of our winter gear.
Yeah.
Our full on like, bruh.
So
what happens when you get really sick of your like heavy duty mech winter gear I had to fight with you to get?
Yes.
What happens when you get sick of wearing that stuff?
Well, you hear me complaining.
There's a lot of complaining.
And so I don't want to whine. I don't want to be a complainer. And I live in Calgary, and I've lived in Calgary my whole life, and I should not be like, I'm not surprised by the winter.
Maybe this winter will be like tired all year.
No, and it wasn't even bad last winter. It's just like April hit, and I was just like done with it. April was like snow, and I was just like, even in that situation, I will really have to reach to not be angry at like why don't the leaders of this world care about climate change? And like, why are we getting snow in April? And why is everything upside down? Like, I just want people to care about the earth. And if there was
some of those people in Canada even like the idea of climate change, right? Volcanoes in California and more moderate weather in Calgary. You're doing great, by the way. You're telling the exact same story that I told. Look at this.
That is really great.
Right. Okay. So I invented a new solution this year. What was it?
The new solution is for me to have like a wrap or something at the front door, like a skirt or a wrap, something to cover my legs with.
But you had a really hard time envisioning such a thing.
Well, it's like, okay, yeah,
you're like, that's outside of my universe.
It was like, all of my layers are so
sporty,
practical, tactical that I need to like situate each thing so they fit.
Well, accessorize.
Yeah. like they're not loosey goosey like layers of fabric to just layer over top. So then
Right.
it's like I have to put this on first, like my leggings go on first, and then this, and then this, and then this. And so it has to be in the bedroom because I can't do that out in the hallway, especially with the Felix here.
Right. Okay, question though. Ready?
Yeah.
All of that said, like I believe you and I were talking, and I stated, like, what if you had an outer layer skirt that you could use to stay warm, right? That happened?
Yeah.
And then with the outer layer skirt, right, little coaxing here, you told me it was impossible. Like your brain doesn't process.
Well, the skirt I bought,
skirts
like,
go on the
this came full circle because like in my head I was like, well, like the skirt I have wouldn't fit over it. And then like 2 seconds after, like, oh my God, we had this conversation already
last year.
And I bought a skirt that fits tight to my waist instead of a skirt that could go over top of everything.
Right. But it does go over top of everything.
It does. It actually does. It is a beautiful.
We just like, that was like one of those, that, you know what that was like? That was like me not developing full color film on my black and white Hansa because for some reason I just didn't believe it would happen. Like that happens with elephants. When the elephant is tiny, like Dumbo, they would stake the elephant to the ground, and the tiny baby elephant at the circus wasn't strong enough to lift the stake out of the ground.
Right.
But as the elephants get bigger, they would be like infinitely strong enough to just pull that stake out of the ground. But because they grew up with the stake in the ground, they believe they're trapped and they never pull.
It's awful.
So we tried your skirt on and it fits over top of your jeans.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's a beautiful heavy wool lined skirt.
I wonder if there's people out there in TV land thinking this monster is like dressing his wife. That's insane.
No, okay. I don't even know how, like, no, he's like, I want her to be warm and fashionable because you're also like.
Can we please spend some money on your shoes?
Yeah. And
so it turned out you had the skirt.
Yeah.
Which meant you could do what?
What do you mean? Like
bought some boots.
Yeah.
I'm also proud of you for buying the boots.
It's like funny that like because we always have like the car, something comes up. I'm like, I don't need to do this. Like, I don't need this. And they're just like, yeah, but I need this. Cause like, then you're happier and healthier and safer. And then not complain about the cold too. So it's like, I understand.
I just say that for leverage. When I complain about you complaining, I'm saying that as a rhetorical arguing stance that like, I know you'll respond to me saying I shouldn't have to listen to this. But the reality is I just want to buy you a skirt. And I have to like use like tactics to get you to want something new, even if it's going to make both of our lives better.
It's nice because I have a nice skirt and I have a nice huge piece of like scarf. Like, so I could wrap a scarf too, even with like.
You also inherited an incredibly gorgeous vintage, looks like 1940s wool war coat.
Yeah.
And you haven't been able to wear it because you didn't have anything that accessorized with it.
Right.
So the boots we got you are like stylish warm boots versus like, bruh.
Like I have my Sorels or whatever, like
bruh.
They're good for -40 when we're going outside on our big epic journeys.
Right. And in fairness, what do I have? Like
Pajars? Or?
No, I gave those Oliver. I have it's got 2 H's on it.
Helly Hansen.
Yeah, I wanted to say the Hydrogen Brothers.
Hydrogen.
Yeah, but I have Helly Hansen boots. And I don't know if I'll find boots that functional because I got those on like a ridiculous sale. I think that sale for that boots is they did not come with a very intuitive buckle. And I can see people were like buying them and then getting pissed and giving them back. But in my case, I usurped it by dismantling the buckle and making use of like a different system to tie them.
Nice.
Once I reinvented that boot, they're the best boots I've ever had. I don't expect I'll be able to replace a boot of that quality. Right?
Yeah.
But I am recognizing that I've only got so many years of that boot left.
Yeah. And like, you've told me this a lot. Like, when you live in Calgary and winter is like 8 months of the blessed year.
It's not. It's more like 3 or 4 months of the year, but 8 months of the year has the potential for winter.
Yes.
So it all comes down to like, and that's one of those things we round in our favor in both directions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So summer seems short. You're like, whoa, there's only 2 months of summer. There's not. There's like 8 months of summer and 8 months of winter. The problem is that there isn't really 16 months, but you have to be prepared for 8 months of summer and virtually no fall and virtually no spring. It's just intermittent winter, summer, and that can happen at any time. It can be summer, winter, or winter, summer, and it just goes on. And as long as you're not surprised by things, or maintain expectations, in Edmonton, you can be like locked in for 6 months straight, right? So they have different expectations, and it doesn't necessarily, I don't think it necessarily hurts Edmontonians so much to have 4 months of straight winter, because they know they're getting 4 months of straight winter, whereas like we get like 3 straight weeks of hard winter, and we're like, I remember being on the golf course last February. Like, well, you're not supposed to be on the golf course in February, but sure. Right. So
because we get Chinooks and Edmonton doesn't.
Right.
We are privileged like that.
Right.
Okay.
And that privilege is like
softens us.
Right.
We are weak.
Right.
Okay, that's fair. That's a fair statement.
Like imagine you're in some kind of torture camp, but every now and then they take you to the beach. You're like,
it actually messes you up more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of just knowing you're in for it.
Right.
Gosh darn it.
Kelly is with her mom.
Yeah, that's so nice.
Oh no. Am I at the end?
At the top. No? Oh.
I might even have like 3 pieces left.
Woohoo.
I'm really split. How's your mom?
She was good.
Did she bring her dog?
No. She
didn't bring the Mad Max?
No. You went for a nice walk?
We didn't get leftovers?
No.
Jess is having her name changed for the passport. You're going to be Jessica Teru when we travel.
Officially.
Yeah. You chose to change your name.
Yeah.
I did not put pressure on you to do that. I might have, when you asked me, I think I would have said it was your decision.
Yeah.
When pressed, I would have said, I think I would prefer for you to have my name, just in a traditional magical sense. Mm-hmm. But how many times today do you think you told me it was a pain that you got to change your passport? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, you probably took it more personally than
I didn't.
Okay. No?
But how many times do you think you said it?
Because, inadvertently, because I have to do the extra work.
Just
probably
at all?
1 million.
No, not 1 million.
50?
How long do you think it would take it to say 1 million times?
I don't know. I have a really bad sense of time.
Yeah, 50. I think 50 times you pointed out that all I have to do is renew. And I didn't take it personally, but it took a lot of concentration to not take it personally.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that you didn't take it personally.
It is because it's like we live in this particular apartment. Because I'd moved into this apartment before we were a couple, mm-hmm. and you moved in with me. Mm-hmm. And you and I could afford, should we rearrange our lives and our expenses to live in a nicer apartment than the one we live in. So because I got settled in an apartment at a time where I was at a different financial struggle, when things go wrong in this apartment, I 100% take it personally when you're unhappy with the apartment, because I'm she could have married anybody, you know? No, but I'm telling you,
that's when you take it.
My weak point is that I feel like it's my fault we live here, right?
I love our house.
Yeah, no, I'm not even saying that. Like
Mhm.
you were like that privilege. You had a privilege that you could have literally probably married any one of 100 people that might have like put you on in Florida or like Florida's funny.
That is a really funny.
Yeah, I know, right? Funnier than I meant it to be. But like, what if like you'd married some rich guy that could have put you to live in Santa Monica or something, right? Like I recognize that there were sacrifices were made, and one of those sacrifices is that you have to work, right? And another of those sacrifices is that we have kind of a crappy apartment and it gets cold here, right? Those are things that I'm aware of were life choices you made to be part of this life
Mhm.
when like you could have had like if you'd held out for somebody more responsible than me,
No.
less whatever I am,
Philosophical,
right?
magical,
Sure. But no, but like
wonderful.
I write a book and you gush about how great you think my book is. I love that. I'm not putting it down. I'm just saying like if my interests were less about making things and more about having things, you could have had a
Yeah.
very
No.
and I mean it took a long time for you to sort of acknowledge that there might be such a thing as pretty privilege that like you were aware of the fact that like I hope you're aware that like the world at the time I met you, like you had virtually every option, right?
Mhm.
Not that you don't have every option
No,
now,
I
just
know what you're saying.
Rich going around and killing all the gentlemen suitors with an axe. You flirting with my girl? Blah! No, I'm not trying to sound like a monster tonight, but I think a lot of things are coming out wrong.
I think when you talk about vulnerable things, you end up being very sensitive to like how it's coming out.
Yeah, well, for sure. What did I say earlier that I couldn't wear your skirt because I'm a boy? I'm like, I don't, like that's
No, we just have different
2000
waist
that's
sizes.
2000.
That's like the only thing is that I can barely wear that skirt anymore. I
No,
also was
listen, there's certain things that are not authentically available to me, right? Like I'm not saying a man can't wear a skirt. I'm not saying that skirts are for women and not for men. I'm
you
saying
personally.
Rich Teru is not going to make it through the day on a skirt day, right? Like I've created enough certain kind of like problems and certain different whatevers that like I think I've made my bed and I won't be wearing a skirt in it.
Well, sometimes you're not missing out, but some of them are very comfortable.
I'm not aware of this.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying. I was gonna say you're not missing out, but I was like, sometimes they are comfortable. But
when Robin was a baby,
not a big deal.
And I was starting out teaching, I was $300 short of what I needed every month. Now it's not difficult to come up with $300, but I'm saying like after paying off all my bills and this and that and covering the things I needed to get by in the month, we're in the thousands now. And the maximum that I could come up with was in the thousands, but it was still $300 a month less than what I actually needed, which meant I could kind of get by going without, because I guess other people might have just accumulated debt as like a normal thing. But my autism, even, I say this, it was partly like my brain wouldn't accept like, oh, how am I going to use a credit card? It was more, or, how am I going to not go into debt? It was more like at that point, I wasn't even really getting offers for credit cards anymore, right? Like in art school, I had every single time I walked through a mall, somebody hassling me to get a new credit card.
Right.
Got out of art school, right? And suddenly like the student tickets for movies was gone. I was doing print work and I had to pay my printer a couple $1,000s a week. And I couldn't get a credit card at like 25 because I had no credit and I didn't get the credit card when I was in art school. And so there I was paying out at the printers like these wad cash. My printer's like, why don't you just get a credit card? And I got rejected for my credit card when I was, and then once you get rejected by a credit card, it's a hit on your credit score. So strangely enough, all the way through art school, I could afford movies, and the credit cards were like beating down my doors. But I remember being 25 and getting rejected over and over again for credit cards. I didn't even have a credit card when I started teaching.
Mm-hmm.
But I was broke. And after like coming up with everything I had to come up with, I still needed consistently about $300 more a month, which was like, when I say that, I specifically mean like after I'd covered all my debts, I needed to make gasoline appear in my car to get to work. And the trouble is once you've like gone through all the things that normal people go through, to make that last $300 appear is very difficult.
Mm.
Right? Because I had already, when I say I was $300 short, that's like after I've taken every possible advantage that I could.
Yeah.
Right? How did I get on this? There was a relevant point. Oh, yeah. So if my pants ripped, I needed $360, right? Because I needed pants that I could wear to work. And for sure, you can buy pants for $30, but they're presenting a bigger risk for ripping when you're active at school. So if I wanted new clothes, this goes back to like I had to work at a high school dance, volunteer when I was teaching high school, my first year teaching, and it was my turn to volunteer at the dance. So I was placed outside the front door. I had a pair of slacks. I had one pair of black pants, and I think I had 3 or 4 white dress shirts. But it so happened that the dance was on a Thursday, so I'd already worn my white dress shirts. And the only thing I had in the closet that could go with these black pants was a brown turtleneck sweater. This was like at a rich school where the kids were all doing their formal dance. They were all in tuxedos, and there's the weird art teacher in a pair of black pants and a brown turtleneck sweater, because that was the closest semblance to like classy that I had. And I remember people, like the kids were walking in and like commenting like, "Whoa, Mr. Taylor, what's with the, it's like, this is just the best I could." It was this or a t-shirt. Like it just was out of clothes. If I wanted a new sweater or shirt or t-shirt, it was on top of not having enough for gasoline and food. The gasoline really stuck because I could force myself to work on an empty stomach, but I just couldn't get the car to get me all the way to school without the gas in it. And that's what I really take from my first year teaching, was like this perpetual like you and I still have poor people problems where like the money lands in the bank and we feel like we should go spend it, right? Whereas rich people are just like, oh, it's not time to spend it, we'll spend it later, right? And I was no money people. I had no money. What I remember though is I would go, I think I did most of my clothes shopping at Winners, because it takes time to go to like IKEA, right? Like to go to IKEA, you have to go and have time to sort of like tinker around and then buy what you need when you can find it. So thrifting is kind of a privilege. And I'd sunk lower than, and I'd been thrifting since I was 20. I was, 30 years old at this point. But I definitely was like in a more dire straits than thrifting. Mm-hmm. Like I needed pants or I needed a shirt or something. Anyways, it'd be like a Wednesday night, and then I saw Robin on the weekends, and I remember going to Winners because I'd somehow scraped together $50 for a new pair of pants. And then I'd walk by a little dress, and I'd just like, oh, I have to get this dress. And then I was accessorizing the dress with a little purse. And then, so like when I say like, oh, like I probably wouldn't be able to pull off a skirt, I do recognize like the fabrics and the quality and the functionality, and buying Robin little princess dresses when I didn't have clothes for work was like part of my bad habits, right? Yeah. Living off of half of a 6-inch Subway sandwich a day because I didn't really have a kitchen. I had this kind of weird, our kitchen's like a galley kitchen.
Mhm.
In that apartment, the kitchen I had it was a sink and a fridge, which took up half the kitchen. So there was enough space to open the fridge door on one side and enough space to stand in front of the sink and do dishes. So you're doing like one day of groceries at a time.
Yeah, it's all like it's hard to get out of those spaces.
I needed an apartment fast because like things shifted, and I ran into Jared Sitch, and he was managing a building.
Okay, bro,
And I told him, I was desperate for an apartment, and he said this was like 20 years ago, so rents were probably around $800 a month, but that was too much for me at the time.
Yeah,
and I remember he had an apartment for $560. I'm like, I'll take it. And he's like, well, you got to see it. I'm like, no, I'll take it. And so I went and looked at it, and I was in a rush, and I looked at it and I said, great. I thought the living room looked a little small, and then there was a kitchen and a bathroom, and I signed the lease. And then when I started moving in, I remember I had a weird memory of it because I was just like so grateful to have this apartment. I remember trying to remember, like, why didn't I remember how big the bedroom was? When I actually moved into the apartment, I realized this tiny, tiny, tiny living room was also the bedroom. And all there was like, it was basically the whole apartment was about 2 feet bigger than the bed that I had. So there's 2 feet around the entire bed. And there was just enough room for a body. There's basically room for a milk carton anywhere in the apartment. And I had like Oliver sitting on the bed playing video games for most of the summer. And the ceilings were really high. So it never really felt that tiny, but it was insanely small.
Yeah.
Probably still twice the size of a prison cell, but maybe pretty close to not twice the size. Maybe like 1.5 the size of a prison cell. Boy, did that turn into a long ramble about not having enough. I was talking about wanting to buy dresses.
Yeah.
So I guess dads get to like sort of vicariously live through their daughters.
Mm-hmm. I am sorry for being on my phone. I was I'm too shy to knock on doors, and it's like getting late, 8:30. I don't know. I was gonna ask our neighbor to sign this thing for my passport, but then I thought I'd text him to ask him.
I'm just gonna go back.
Can I give you the paper?
No.
We're rich. Oh my god. Even that stresses me out. I'm like really shy to do anything. I don't know. Rich isn't shy to do anything. He just can knock on doors and like.
She's changing her name. We've been married for like 7 years. We need somebody to what's reference. Oh yeah. Yeah, I suggest that she's.
I'll be right back. Okay. Sorry.
I'm just listening. She's pretty cute.
Yeah, thank you so much.
She sings her voice. Did she take the papers?
She just took it to sign it.
Oh, okay.
Because it was just awkward.
Yeah, she should read it first.
Yeah, I just.
Hey, do you know where the paper is? Any paper? I'm up for like anything. Like you can throw like black paper at me or
this stuff under the bed? Is it okay if I do that?
Does it fit in the universe of any paper?
Is this?
That's a board.
That's a board.
That's not paper. You failed. You failed me for the last time.
Oh.
What? You remember where you hit it?
No, the paper's under the desk and you need to.
Oh my God! You're not giving me computer paper.
Colored paper?
I'll take that. I'm so sorry. That's a mean joke.
I just have to get it out before the.
No, I like this. This is definitely a new challenge. What do with a blue sheet of paper? What shall I do with a blue sheet of paper? What shall I do with a blue sheet of paper? Early in the morning. Early up she rises, early up she rises, early up she rises. I think people like painting octopuses because they kind of paint themselves, you know.
Yeah, like
What brush strokes?
the fluidity of the legs are so beautiful.
Right. We installed some fancy wallpaper in Felix's room. Man, octopuses are cool. Octopi? Ooh, I know that one. So, if you're talking about different kinds of octopuses, then you're talking about octopi. If you have 5 octopuses in the tank, they're octopuses. And the only thing I'm not sure of is that might be inverted. It might be the other way around. But I think it makes sense to me that the species and the subspecies, if you're a studier of octopi, and it could be any kind, virtually of any kind of octopuses embodied in your study, you're one who studies octopi. But also, what a great word to say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here's something I'll tell you. Most people don't know. I almost always put an extra octopus tentacle on. Did you know that about me, Jesse?
I didn't.
I'm a bit of a stinker that way. I just feel like nobody's going up to a painting and counting how many
And counting tentacles?
right. And then if they did, would they wonder if they're looking at the most magical 9-tentacled octopus ever?
Right. Or even tentacles.
9 tentacles. Is that some kind of joke?
And it was a tired and inadvertent joke.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember your joke.
I know. I was making a joke out of the extra layers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, what if I did a 7-tentacled octopus? It's against the law. Just what I saw. Okay. I'm going to break with tradition and just put 8. 8 tentacles. Another summer highlight, if you're not going to go see the samurai and the prisoner, another summer highlight for me was 100% the Odyssey. And I'm not trying to be too funny, but I really think you ought to see it. See what I did there, Jesse?
That was really good.
Can you believe I waited that long with that one?
That was really good.
That's been floating in my head for weeks. Saved it for just such an occasion. You know what else? I just got a weird, like, complex urge to have my meteoroid piece. And I know it's currently kind of misplaced.
Is it in our plant?
I think so. That seems like something I'd do, like put the meteor in the plant. And even when it was getting kind of consumed by the dirt, thinking like, what a nice surprise that'll be. So for sure, if that plant ever moves on, we're going to have to really sift through the dirt to find my meteor.
That's right.
But I do think there's a very good chance I stashed my meteor in our house plant.
I kind of think you did too.
Mm-hmm. I know that I did. I just don't know if I pulled it out.
Right, because we did just transplant it.
Mm-hmm. Transplant.
Thank you so much. Oh, this piece was just meant. I had to do my passport as well. To do like 3 passports, making mistakes. So many. I was just doing the earlier one and I like scribbled it. I was like, oh my god. Like, oh, what's this? Oh yeah, oh no. Because there's so many things. That's thank you so much. Fine. It's like we're trying to get everything done because we're back to school on Tuesday. So it's like that's why I was like, I'm trying to get everything because I have to go in. Yeah, that too. Yeah, so everything's fine. Everything's good. Yeah, thank you. No, good. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much again. Thank you.
You know what a funny thought?
Yeah?
How often do you think it happens that people are like, no, I don't want to do your passport? Like, is there a precedent for that? Like,
Well, maybe for something like the guarantor or something. I don't know.
like what if like we go to like Thailand and like graffiti a wall and I'm on the news because getting caned or something? Is it Thailand where they did that? Somewhere.
I don't know.
Somewhere where they're like the kid was getting caned because he graffitied a wall.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, who does that? Who graffitis these days?
Also
And,
in a foreign country too. That's very scary.
Well, I mean, there was like outrage. And I'm like, you know what? Like, who goes to a foreign country and decides to graffiti a wall and then gets shocked if you get hit with a stick? Like, I kind of feel like that's getting off easy, personally. And I don't mean from like a like wall protecting point of view. I mean from like getting my hands caught doing something stupid.
Yeah.
I think I'd take a caning over a lot of other things. You know, like I'd just be glad I wasn't going to disappear. You know,
Right.
because I travel that way. I'm like, I'm thinking like I'm a guest here.
Mm-hmm.
And like, how intense was that kid? Like graffiti addicted before he left, or was he like, I'm in a foreign place, so feeling extra entitled? I don't know. I just think it's crazy that you'd be like shocked that they're gonna apply their own rules to you.
Yeah.
And then Canadians all over there like ready to go to war over like if they strike that child, I'll be over there with my own stick.
It's like, well,
You probably won't.
yeah.
It was super cute listening to you struggle.
I don't know why I'm still
I also
sweating.
think it's like a nice community thing in our culture that you get to verify your neighbors. I'm always very honored when somebody
That's
asks
true.
me.
That is a nice, yeah. That is a sweet thing, actually.
Doesn't cost them anything. And they get to save your bacon.
Yeah.
You're in deep debt. What's the word? Not debt, but like gratitude for such a long time. Like the next 30 grocery trips when we run into them, like, thank you again for signing our paper. Like, I had to write my name on paper for you.
I had to write my.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's interesting how, like, it's such a little cost, but it feels like such a big favor. Like, thank you for believing me.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's also the same when you ask somebody for a reference letter.
Yeah, I guess so, hey?
I think sometimes people forget how many reference letters a teacher might have to write.
Yeah.
And it's quite nice to have that opportunity.
Like, that's a very privileged space, too.
Yeah. The wolf pack's riding by.
Yeah, seriously.
I literally think it's the same group of 8 kids that just do this loop. Maybe coming down from Ross Carrick, and one of them rides a moped. So they sound super fierce, but one of them is just like, guys. And he basically catches up at each set of lights. Like, eventually he's going to lose them and go home, like, miffed, like, by himself.
Oh.
They didn't wait again. They're just like, Bob needs to get a real bike. And he's got one friend that probably has to talk him into coming every time. Like, no, dude, like, this time we'll wait for you. One guy in the group doesn't like waiting for him. He's like, we're not waiting for Bob. Don't think I don't know about these things. I know how these things go down.
It's pretty fun.
What kind of things would the octopus have? A shovel.
Shells. Oh yeah.
Oh, I thought like a little like toy shovel.
Yeah, shovel for sure.
Shovel.
For his garden.
Yeah, shovel. I am doing a lot of this where I'm looking over at the screen, trying to balance it out.
Yeah.
And in person, it looks pretty good, but on screen, I'm seeing these like spots where it's like negligent.
That's interesting, actually.
In it.
Like you would do taking a picture of a painting, like flipping it around and like doing different things to see it from a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Like not, yeah, it's pretty cool use. Because if it was a big painting, you couldn't really flip it upside down very easy. But
yeah, okay. I think on the top here are like papers that I wanted to use for our photography, right?
No, or maybe for our LP book.
Right. So I'll try to take the low key colors. This will look pretty wild. What time is it?
8:40.
8:40. Maybe we won't go on for like that long this week. Maybe
Yeah, I think
like
9 is good.
Maybe it'll be a little bit of a
shorter rester.
When my little boy comes back from camp on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
That's a weird spot to be in for me because I'm like trying not to look forward to Friday.
Right, so it's like the days are passing by on our.
I'm trying to live
in the moment
and appreciate the summer.
Yeah.
Because when he comes back, I'm that much closer to having to go to work again.
Mm-hmm.
I have my camera away with Mr. Yee. trying not to look forward to that day because I'll be entrenched in school, probably coaching wrestling with one arm by then. So that's where like my anxieties about winter come too, is like, I want you to have a jacket that you just love. I'd love you to have like in the closet a pair of boots that you're kind of half looking forward to when it's cold enough to wear. It's hard to maintain that kind of positivity into March. I will grant you March is a difficult month to be positive about. There must be people who have birthdays in March and they just feel so neglected because people are like, oh, I hate winter, I hate March, I hate you.
Mr. Pasco's birthday was in March.
Really?
Yeah. I only knew that because he helped me fill out the guarantor thing.
Right. And he's from Winnipeg. So March in Winnipeg is different than March in Calgary. Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think March in Winnipeg's like?
Bitterly cold?
Yeah. Winter bag. I remember like hearing like British rhymes like, is it April showers bring more flowers?
Mm-hmm. May. April showers bring May flowers.
Yeah, but they don't.
No, not here.
April showers you can make snowmen out of.
Yeah.
Then again, most Aprils are pretty like decent. We just get hung up on the cold days.
Right.
then-
You remember the like atrocity.
Right.
I just saw
Wow.
there's a miniature bronze is like replica sculpture of a skeleton pieces that is on display at the Getty Center, and they're bronze. It's a bronze skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
It just it's like crazy that you just were doing that because it was very like
Skeleton in general, or was your skeleton a bit like my skeleton?
it kind of looked a bit like yours actually
Interesting.
because it was bronze and it was like old, so it was like not very highly realistic. It was like more visceral and more almost more human, like you were drawing.
Like a gold-plated skeleton would be a pretty cool thing to have kicking around the house.
Yeah.
These are a few of my favorite things. Mm-hmm. We put up, did I say this already? We put up some pretty gothic looking wallpaper in Felix's room.
Great wallpaper for Felix. And
it's kind of nice that the lovely man we had guarantor, be the guarantor of your passport is also my ex-wife's dad. So it's nice having a relationship with the ex-family where we stop off at my ex-wife's house.
Yeah.
She signed our passports, and it felt like a bit of an imposition. And then we realized we might have done hers last year. Yeah. So it's nice. It's nice to be able to return those favors, right?
And it's like when it's like simple and easy like that too, because it's like people that you see all the time and they're not your family, but you see them like family. So it's like, because that was one of the restrictions that really like stops you with the passport stuff is like, they can't be family members, but they are family.
I'm actually what?
So they are like family, but they don't know that.
Right.
The passport people.
Well, I was quite grateful to Shauna's stepfather, who's British, because he was able to be my British witness.
Oh yeah, that's really
I got my British passport.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Because my mom isn't really able to do that anymore. So sort of whipping through my head, wondering who is going to be the British.
Right, because they had to be British.
Was that the guarantor?
Yeah, probably. Because they had to have an active passport, Canadian passport.
Right. Which is kind of crappy because, like, if I'm British and Canadian, but I need to know a British person to get my British passport. How about I'm getting my passport?
And it can't be your family.
So because I'm going home to meet some British people.
Yeah.
And
it can't be your family, but your family's the only British people you know.
We had to seal off all my opportunities.
Yeah.
It's like not being able to get a job because you don't have any experience, not being able to get experience because you don't have a job.
Yeah.
Whoa! Oh, that's going to take a while to clean up.
Should I get
I think if I touch that, it's going to get worse. Let's make a movie out of it. Ready? So much worse.
That's
So much worse.
every day when the kids spill like stuff on the floor, like gotta clean
It goes from kind of
And,
invisible to
like
like
everywhere, and they're like, Missy, run! Or like, just keep going.
there really is kind of a school floor thing about that like whatever you're doing, cleaning it up gets so much worse.
Gonna get
And
worse
then
before it
the
gets
thing that
better.
really bothers me is when it starts getting on the next class's feet.
Yes, that's the thing. It's like, just do it now because it's gonna get
So much worse.
than you even imagine.
Yeah. Alrighty. Let's see how the Mr. Clean. Does this say Clean Freak?
Yeah.
Not sure how I feel about that. I'm gonna write the marketing department and tell them that it seems. Oh my
Does
goodness!
it work?
Freakishly well.
Because I was gonna bring this next.
Did you know we had this?
Yeah, that's what I cleaned up after.
Mr. Clean Freak, where you been? Oh my! Oh, so I'm gonna get cancer. Is this like super?
Oh,
I can't believe how well that worked.
it's good. I'm glad.
Yeah. I'm gonna stay on long enough to finish this little dipsy doodle. But to finish this little dipsy doodle, I'm going to have to let it dry. So that puts us in a strange situation. Whoa. All right. Do you remember I just told you I opened this up and the white was missing?
There's
Guess
not even
what?
a place for a white.
The gray's half missing.
Oh, there's the white.
And
Yeah.
it was going to be missing again because it didn't bother putting it away. Jessica and I, during the Elbows Up campaign last year, went to America shamelessly because, and this was our logic, was that we ran the gallery for 10 years and it was just time to take Felix on a trip.
Mhm.
And so as much as people are like, oh, I canceled my trip to America this year, we didn't. And I'm not going to say completely guilt-free, but it was like, it was on our minds that we weren't partaking and supporting. But I 100% had it in my mind. The world would change a bit and things would change a bit. And it would go back to like, oh, these are our funky neighbors. They're a little more, hooliganish on their birthday, but they're like mostly good people. And it's where a lot of my favorite TV programming comes from. And all those beautiful thoughts. I kind of thought in my head that the world would go back to normal and the Americans would go back to being the good guys. And then a thing happened. Do you know what my breaking point was, Jesse?
Was it to do with parks?
Yeah, my breaking point was the parks. They have locked Canadians out of the, what are they called?
National park.
National parks. They haven't locked us out, but it's $100 tax on top of the park entry fee to be Canadian
$100 per head.
per person.
Yeah.
To go visit an American park. And like, okay, I guess part of it is I'm not really the kind of guy that wants to go to the Grand Canyon. I'm like a guy that likes to go see big cities with art galleries. So part of the thing about me wanting to go to Grand Canyon is the gag is I would never do that. Like it was a big step for me to want to try seeing something sort of as mundane as the Grand Canyon. And then I got really excited about doing something as unmundane as the Grand Canyon. And then I found out that if I go to the Grand Canyon, I have to pay an extra $100 on top of the park fees because of my shameful Canadian nationality. And so I will never, ever, even if things get better and Obama goes back to being president, I will never go there again.
We have lots of beautiful parks here that we've discovered.
Yeah, but I'm also mad about that. I'm also mad about with the elbows up. Canadians stayed home and then parks got crowded and then like campsites got full and then like
hotel rooms
went through the roof. It's like the tourism industry at the same time as ripping on Don't Go to America is like, let's just cash in on these
Don't go
Canadians,
to America. Come here.
patriotic Canadians that are trying to fight the good fight.
Mhm.
This was my worst drawing of the night. And now it's the best. 26. What do you think of that?
It is so good.
It's us, really.
It really, I felt that actually.
Okay. What am I going to do with the rest of my life now that I've solved art? So here's Rich loosening up a bit. I'm going to put it on the nice camera. I'm also going to flip the nice camera.
Oh my god.
What's going to happen with this? I don't even have a gallery anymore.
Well, lucky we have a book signing.
This is
coming
actually
up.
kind of silly
Book
and
signing
not important.
coming up at Indigo.
This art history.
Mhm.
This just screwing around. What is this? Art history or just screwing around?
Maybe it's very haunting.
My dear, this is just screwing around with a few lucky strokes.
Okay.
What is this?
Screw out.
Just screwing around, yes. What is this?
Screw around. I like
Kinda,
it.
yeah. Oh, it's not bad, but it's still in the screwing around pile.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to pick the other two up. This one here, though, ba-bam. I'm done. Done making art. Set out to do what I wanted to do. Okay. Thanks for putting up with me.
Hey, that was a weird night. We really appreciate you.
There's people on, so we can see different like aspects, and then when we shut down, we see the Instagram aspects, and that's actually where we get probably the most randoms. Like 30 to 60 people were watching. They might even have been commenting, which would suck because we don't see their comments.
I should have clicked back and forth in Instagram. I just don't for sure.
Did you put?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, check it. You should check the Instagram. But we're off, and then by the end of the week, there's a bunch of people that watch, which is super nice. It's way more fun for us when they watch live because we get to talk to people. Okay,
Just join. No one talked. That is weird that they just saw our necks.
okay, ready?
Yeah.
Are you doing end stream?
Oh, do you want me to? Yeah.
I did it.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.